History is not written by those who uncover the truth. It is written by those who survive long enough to control the narrative. What if everything you were taught about ancient civilizations was only half the story? What if humanity did not slowly crawl forward from caves and fire, but fell from something far greater? What if before pyramids, before empires, before recorded history itself, there existed a global civilization with advanced knowledge, engineering, and understanding of the planet? A civilization not destroyed by war, not defeated by enemies, but erased. Tonight, this is not speculation. This is not mythology. This is a documented investigation, stone by stone, myth by myth, pattern by pattern. Because once you see the evidence, history will never feel the same again. And the most dangerous question of all emerges. What if humanity has already collapsed once before and is walking toward the same ending again? Every civilization is taught the same lie, that it is the beginning, and that lie is the foundation of modern history. Modern history tells us a simple story, a clean story. Humans were primitive, they hunted, they learned fire, they slowly evolved. Stone Age, Bronze Age, Iron Age, modern world. But real history is never that neat. Across continents, archaeologists keep encountering something unsettling, discoveries that do not fit the official timeline. Massive stone structures built before agriculture should have existed, cities buried beneath kilometers of earth, artifacts found in geological layers older than civilization itself. And yet, these discoveries are often ignored, minimized, or quietly removed from discussion. Why? Because they introduce a dangerous idea that advanced knowledge existed before what we call the beginning of history. But when discoveries don't fit the timeline, they don't disappear by accident, they disappear by design. If true, then modern civilization is not humanity's first attempt, and that idea threatens everything textbooks are built upon. If ancient humans were primitive, then these stones should not exist. All over the world, massive stone structures stand in silent defiance of explanation. Stones weighing hundreds, sometimes thousands of tons, cut with precision that rivals modern machinery, placed with mathematical accuracy. No steel tools, no cranes, no modern technology. Yet they remain. Because the real mystery isn't how they moved the stones, it's why modern engineers admit we still don't fully understand how. Walls so perfectly fitted that even a razor blade cannot pass between the joints. Modern engineers admit something uncomfortable. We could not easily replicate this today. These structures are not crude, they are engineered. And that raises a terrifying question. If ancient people were supposedly primitive, who built this? And more importantly, what knowledge have we lost? There is one disaster humanity never remembers without ever seeing it. A flood no one recorded, yet everyone remembers. There is one story humanity never forgets. A great flood, not told once, not told twice, but told everywhere. From Mesopotamia to the Americas, from Africa to Asia, different cultures, different languages, same memory. A catastrophic flood that wiped out civilizations. For centuries, this was dismissed as myth, but modern science tells a different story. Around 12,000 years ago, Earth experienced dramatic climate shifts. Sea levels rose rapidly. Entire coastlines vanished. When a myth survives every culture, it stops being a story. It becomes a warning. If advanced civilizations existed near the oceans, they would have been erased almost overnight. What survived was not cities, but memory, and memory turned into myth.
What if the flood wasn't symbolic? What if it was chronological? Here is where history becomes uncomfortable, because the flood is not a single story, it is everywhere. The Sumerians wrote about it, the Egyptians carved it into stone, the Hindus preserved it in ancient texts, the Mayans painted it on walls, Native American tribes passed it through generations. Different continents, different languages, different gods, yet the same event. A sudden destruction, water swallowing cities, fire from the sky, a world reset. Because ice cores don't lie, and they tell the story history tried to soften. For centuries, historians called it mythology, a symbolic story, a moral lesson. But modern science tells a different story. Ice core samples show sudden climate collapse. Sea levels rose over 400 feet in a short geological window. Entire coastlines disappeared. If advanced civilizations lived near oceans, they would be erased without leaving monuments. Not destroyed by enemies, destroyed by nature. And here is the terrifying thought. What if the flood wasn't the end of civilization, but the end of one chapter of humanity? Earthquakes destroy modern cities. These stones survived them. Now let's talk about stone. Not myths, not legends. Stone. In Peru, massive polygonal blocks fit together like puzzle pieces. No mortar, no gaps, no mistakes. Some blocks weigh over 100 tons. Modern engineers admit something shocking. Even today, recreating this precision would be expensive, slow, and difficult. This isn't ancient construction. This is engineering that outlived its creators. So how did ancient people do it? No iron tools, no wheels, no cranes, and yet the stones survived earthquakes that destroyed modern cities nearby. This is not primitive construction. This is lost engineering knowledge. And it appears all over the world. Egypt, Bolivia, Lebanon, Japan. Different cultures, same impossible precision. Coincidence or inheritance? You cannot map a continent you've never seen, and yet someone did. Some ancient maps show something impossible. They show Antarctica, not frozen, but ice-free. The problem, Antarctica has been covered in ice for over 6,000 years, which means whoever made these maps had access to ancient geographical knowledge modern humans shouldn't have. Even more disturbing, these maps are accurate. Longitude, latitude, coastlines. This isn't guesswork, this is surveying, which forces one impossible conclusion. Someone understood the world before our version of history begins. So we must ask, who mapped the world before history began? Rituals don't leave machining marks. Tools do. Drilled holes in granite, perfectly spherical stones, machining marks where no machines should exist. When advanced techniques appear globally, coincidence stops being an explanation. Mainstream explanations say ritual objects, primitive experiments. But repetition kills coincidence. You don't accidentally invent advanced mathematics on multiple continents. You don't accidentally align monuments to stars with millimeter precision. This is applied knowledge. And knowledge does not vanish naturally. It vanishes after collapse. Isolation does not produce identical knowledge. Inheritance does. Now the biggest question. What if ancient civilizations were not isolated? What if they were fragments of one global culture? Shared symbols, shared myths, shared astronomy. What we call ancient cultures may be nothing more than survivors remembering fragments of a lost whole. A world before borders, before nations, before writing as we know it. One world, one knowledge system. And when catastrophe struck, survivors carried fragments into the future, rebuilding, remembering pieces, forgetting the whole.
History didn't disappear, it sank. For centuries, the oceans were believed to be empty archives, vast, silent, and irrelevant to human history. But that belief was wrong, extremely wrong. More than 70% of Earth's surface is covered by water, and for most of modern history, we simply could not see beneath it. We assumed nothing important was there. Then, technology changed. High-resolution sonar scans, satellite mapping, and deep-sea exploration began revealing something impossible. Structured shapes, perfect right angles, long straight walls, stone platforms too symmetrical to be natural. If cities now lie underwater, then civilization didn't begin on land. It escaped to it. Off the coasts of India, Japan, and the Mediterranean, researchers discovered submerged formations that resemble cities. Roads, staircases, and foundations now resting thousands of feet underwater. One of the most unsettling discoveries lies near the Gulf of Cambay, where sonar imaging revealed massive geometric structures dated to over 9,000 years old, older than all known civilizations. These were not fishing villages, these were planned urban environments, which raises a terrifying question. If entire cities now lie beneath the sea, what event was powerful enough to drown them? Geologists point to rapid sea level rise at the end of the last ice age, but historians struggle, because acknowledging these sites means admitting something unthinkable. Human civilization did not begin where we thought it did. It survived something we barely remember. And the ocean is still hiding more, much more. Patterns don't lie, especially when they repeat across continents. At first, these discoveries seemed disconnected. A structure here, a myth there, a ruined city somewhere else. But when researchers began placing everything on a global map, a pattern emerged that could no longer be ignored. Different cultures didn't look at the same stars by accident. They were remembering the same origin. Ancient sites across different continents share the same architectural principles, the same celestial alignments, the same symbolic language. Structures in South America align with stars the same way structures in Egypt do. Temples in Asia mirror astronomical knowledge found in ancient European ruins. These civilizations were separated by oceans, yet they spoke the same mathematical language. This should be impossible. Mainstream history insists these cultures developed independently, but independence does not explain identical knowledge. It does not explain shared flood myths. It does not explain identical stone-cutting techniques. It does not explain why so many ancient structures point to the same specific stars, stars that only mattered 12,000 years ago. This suggests something far more radical, a shared origin, a lost mother civilization whose knowledge spread outward before disaster shattered it. Fragments survived, stories survived, symbols survived, but the center, the source, was erased, and history filled the silence with guesses. The most powerful censorship isn't denial, it's omission. Here's where the mystery becomes uncomfortable. Because the evidence isn't hidden, it's ignored. Many archaeologists quietly admit that certain discoveries do not fit accepted timelines. But challenging those timelines comes with consequences. Funding disappears. Careers stall. Reputations collapse. So anomalies are labeled natural formations, ritual symbolism, coincidence, even when precision defies chance. Entire university departments are built on current models of history.
change those models, and everything collapses. So instead of rewriting textbooks, the anomalies are buried in footnotes. Or worse, never published at all. This isn't a conspiracy of villains. It's a system protecting itself. Because history is not just knowledge, it is authority. Because rewriting history doesn't just change the past, it collapses authority in the present. And admitting that civilization rose, fell, and was nearly erased before us means admitting we are not the peak of human progress. It means admitting we are not special. And that idea terrifies institutions built on certainty. Every advanced civilization believes collapse happens to others. When all the evidence is placed together, a final message emerges, quiet but unmistakable. Advanced civilizations are not immortal. They rise, they innovate, they dominate their environment, and then they collapse. Sometimes slowly, sometimes suddenly. The lost civilization we've explored tonight may not have vanished because of war or invasion. It may have vanished because it pushed too far, changed the climate, misused knowledge, ignored warnings. And when collapse came, only fragments survived. Stone remembers what humans forget. The question is no longer, did a lost civilization exist? The stones survived their arrogance. The question is, will anything survive ours? The question is, are we repeating its final mistakes? Because if history truly was erased once before, then forgetting is not ignorance. It is danger. And this time, there may be no one left to remember us.